to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink, cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars, crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to.
And welcome everyone to the Man Cave. My name is Paul Knapp, and I will be your host for tonight's show. This is season number 2, episode number 31, and waiting in our green room is our special guest tonight, Jim Heinen. Jim, many of you may know as the box guy, the box creator guy. So we're going to bring him in and talk to him very shortly. But first off, I want to introduce our panel tonight. And as always, Mr. Stacy is with us tonight somewhere. Where are you, Stacy? There you are, brother.
Hi.
Hit the
Hey,
wrong
I
button.
thought this was season 1, episode 2 of the.
That's only when it's you and him, and I'm just.
Okay.
So.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were branching off still. I didn't know.
No, we're back. We're back on track where we're supposed to be.
All right.
So.
All right.
And of course, we have your sidekick and my sidekick. This guy, Mr. Rick Bradshaw. How are you doing?
How's everyone tonight?
Outstanding.
We're super.
And we have one other special guest tonight.
Murray?
You guys might remember this guy from about 10 months ago. He was a special guest on our show. Victor, a.k.a. Chuck. How's it going, brother?
Chuck's in the house.
Chuck's in the house, man. And Chuck is going to be in the house in Joe Land in about a couple weeks, yeah? Joe Lana coming up, brother. So, hey, man. So everybody's looking good tonight. Everybody's internet's coming in good. We got 7 people in the chat room already. We got Murray Corrigan. He's working tonight. Wishes he could be here with us.
Big Boss Jack. Murray.
Big Boss Jack. Of course, my sister's here from Pennsylvania.
Barb.
Yeah.
You got to have her on the show one night.
You know, I think we might have to have our first female on the show, and it might be my sister. I'm just worried she's going to give you all the stories from when I was growing up, and, you know.
Well, that just depends on how much money I've got.
So let's go around the room and say what's new in your zoo. And Chuck, you haven't been here in 10 months, brother. So you definitely get to go first. What is new in your zoo, bro?
All right. Well, I know there wasn't a whole lot of word on a 12-inch exclusive for Joe Lana. That wasn't announced until last week's show, but I decided I wanted to try my hand at making an accessory set for this year's show. So you know, I've got this cool African G.I. Joe here. I always like adversaries for G.I. Joe, so I'm going to make a uniform set. This is Sergeant Simba, the Savannah Commando. Sergeant Simba, the Savannah Commando. This is an accessory set. This figure, very close to what the final product is going to be. It's going to come with this hat, this exclusive dog tag here. Let's see if I can get a better picture of that. It's got like a leopard shirt, leopard belt, leopard shorts, sandals, AK-47, and this golden machete that I've been designing on the 3D printer.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Golden machete.
So this is going to be very close to what the end product's going to be. It'll just be a uniform accessory set. Something I pride myself a lot on my clothing is that it can fit a lot of different body types. So if you like the muscle bodies, they can fit on them.
Excellent.
And then bonus accessory, it's going to come with an orange Adventure Team tag in case you want to turn your Savannah Commando into an Adventure Team member instead. but it will not come with these extra accessories. So
Okay.
it's
So
just an
no
option.
bush hat, no socks, and all that. Okay.
No.
Still, that's pretty cool, man. You're making how
Yeah.
many?
12.
12 sets of that.
It's kicking my butt.
You want to elaborate any more on or is it going to be a big secret?
It'll be the plan is to
How you
have
going
them
to
on
display these?
They're going to be on display with my friend Matt Bill. He's going to have a big diorama tower with an African backdrop, and the plan is to have a diorama where GI Joe's infiltrating the tower, and these guys are going to be your guards. And as people walk by, if they want to buy one of the uniforms, they can buy one.
Very cool. I was going to run the video. Should I hold off on that, or you want me to do it? Your figure's at the end of it if you want me to.
There's whatever. It's not a big deal.
I'll do it after we go through it, everybody. So, all right. Very cool, man. Chuck, I'm glad to have you back. Stacy,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to wait for you. Rick's
Okay.
up next.
You just don't want me taking all the time. Okay.
Exactly, because when Stacy gets up there,
I'll go quick. So I got
No,
a couple.
no,
I
you
ordered
go.
some more.
I don't have a lot.
I ordered some more heads from Angelo. I think I'm his best customer. But
Sorry.
anyways, so I got this guy,
Santa Claus.
my Jurassic Park. Welcome to GI Joe Park.
Yeah, Jurassic Park guy.
Yeah.
And Angelo had made some heads and he screwed them up. They were mistakes. So he made zombies out of them. And he offered them up for sale. And I saw one of them and I said, I'll take the one with the white hair. Because to me, he didn't look like a zombie. He looked like a crusty old sailor.
Yeah. Dude, that's cool. What body is that, man?
This is the Antonio Banderas character from the Indiana Jones line.
Okay.
I don't know his name in the movie.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Indy gets him killed anyways. So the other thing that you might find interesting, does anyone have any of these? Maybe in the chat room? Did anyone ever get any of these?
That's an Ant-Man. Anthony.
Wow.
Wow.
I bought like 4 of these.
Where? Those are expensive,
Dude, those are huge.
I bought, compared to a figure. But even 1/6, these are great for 1/6.
I was going to say, you could use
Yeah, definitely for 1/6. Yeah.
I was buying these on eBay when you only got this. You didn't get, I didn't need Ant-Man. So I bought them up as many as I could. They're cool. When you play around with them, the legs tend to pop off because they all pop in.
Yeah.
And what happens is the wings move, but they eventually get loose. So you can't play around with them too much. But if you're looking for big insects, that's one of the better ones. Then I got, for you Ultra Course fans, I got this guy. Avalanche Rescue.
That's nice.
That's cool.
Comes with the dog.
Oh, it comes with the dog.
Oh.
Wow.
These are nice sets. And you can find these on eBay. They're relatively cheap. And this is a Pinhead Joe that Todd Zingales flocked for me. Pretty cool.
Nice.
You put the AT logo on it, or no?
Yeah, it's a sticker. Yeah.
Oh, it's a sticker on there. Yeah.
And this outfit is like a nylon, so it's really, really nice. And again, the sets are wicked cheap, or they used to be. And this next thing is a crazy thing I did like 7, 8 years ago. This is an Action Man. And he's been in an accident. So they gave him a lower body of a tank.
All right.
This tank thing, it's this giant robot that, is interactive. You can make him run around the room and he talks and stuff like that. So I ripped him right off there and shoved Action Man in there.
That's awesome.
How does Action Man pee?
Yeah, right. He doesn't need to.
Yeah,
there's a little hole right here where everything comes out.
Catheter running down the back.
Play RoboCop.
Luckily, I'm not one of those detail guys. Otherwise, he'd have a bag on the side.
Yeah.
For sure.
Little colostomy bag.
That's what I got. That's all I got.
That's it, huh? Very
That's it.
You know, you're leaving Stacy way too much time now. Yeah. Well, we'll give it to you.
Okay. So today was my last day for finishing up work. I flocked a few heads. There's those. There's 2 more. There's 1 more. So I did those. Now I'm going to show something here that I pleaded for in 1974 when I found out it was coming out. Now, I don't know if it was actually out yet because my birthday was in February and I didn't get it. And so Christmas time, I pleaded for it again and I didn't get it. But I've had this now for 2 years. So I had it boxed up. So I pulled it out to show it. Now, the box is not in the greatest shape, but it is a box.
Oh, double the deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it is complete. Now, I'm going to show you this Devil of the Deep boat and everything. And everything is like brand new in it.
Wow.
There's not a mark on it.
It's shiny. Yeah.
Yep. And it is 100% complete with original stickers. See, look at the plastic. See how it shines?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's very
There's
shiny.
no scratches on it. Or there's nothing. And it does work.
Oh, man. Very nice.
And they're not cracked. The pontoons are not cracked.
Yep.
And you'll see the snare is 100% vintage. The loop's still there.
Wow.
So, and that's I redid the Land Adventure. So that's what I would have had in 1974 if my mom would have made it happen.
If your mom really loved you, is that what you said?
My mom really loved me. She said something about you're adopted. I'm like, I don't know. I'll show you. No. So yeah, I thought I'd bring it out and show it. I don't. It's usually boxed up, so I'm gonna have to put it back up here again.
So people are reading your shirt in the chats.
Oh yeah. I apologize.
Is that just your work? That's just your work shirt for later.
This is my work shirt. Yeah. I lay a lot of pipe. What can I tell you? Okay. So
I gotta say hi to people in the chat. We got Mike Bowinski with us tonight. Medic Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Haven't seen him in a while. You said he was really busy with work, but now he's getting back into it. So maybe we'll get him on the show pretty soon. Obviously, Murray Corrigan is with us.
Yeah.
I saw some new names. Oh, Mike's GI Dojo said he was a little late. Tony T.
Mike.
Not familiar with Tony T, but hey.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Maxog Adventures. Have you been following Robert's newest videos, man?
Yeah, I've checked them out. Yep.
He's got like 20-minute videos now, and they're like series. I'm like, holy crap. But they're great, man. I love it. Yeah, Robert. Salute Guy 5.56.
He's new. I've never heard of him before.
But and Matthew O'Connor's here with us. Cool.
Yeah.
I just want to take a minute real quick. I just received a box in the mail today. Most of you guys know Ernie from Ernie's Attic.
Yes.
He actually wrote me a handwritten note, man. You remember these?
Oh.
Handwritten note. He said, "Hey, Paul, I wanted to send you something I think you would fit with your collection more than mine. Hope you like it. I love the channel. It has content I enjoy. You surround yourselves with great guys with common love of toys. Hopefully I can be one of those guys too one day. Keep up the great work. Your friend Ernie from Ernie's Attic." So
I need a raise.
Ernie, you know, Ernie $50, and you know, Stacy will let you in. He'll give his place. He sent me these really cool. He knew I collected 1/32 scale toy soldiers and stuff, and this is mofos, bad guys, basically. So he sent me 2 bags of these, and they're like, there's a sniper guy in there, and there's a guy with 2 guns, and they're all like hitmen and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to open those later, but I just came in the mail, and that was really cool with him. So, but yeah, I appreciate that, man. Don't get gifts like that from people. Just it was rather nice. So anyway, and the other thing I wanted to mention before I get going the things that I'm making for, well, you guys saw a little bit of them last week. So I don't know if you can see this. This is the 8x8 dioramas that I'm putting together for the Joe Lanta. That's one of them right there. This one's pretty much done right now. It's kind of a Indiana Jones type theme. Still working on the altar. Just getting that one painted up. So that one's not done yet. And these two, I actually started doing some graffiti here on these ones. This is a little storage unit area. And I don't know if you guys can read that graffiti over there. I don't know. I don't know if you guys know Retro Blasting or Analog Toys or It's Chad, but somebody put some of their decals up on my walls. Same with this one here. Got another one with their decals up. So.
Yeah.
I know they're all going to be at the show, so I wanted to do that for them. Hopefully, they're either going to like it or I'm going to get sued. Either way, I didn't ask for permission to put those on there, but looking forward to Joe Lanta. Speaking of Joe Lanta, let me run this video real quick, and I'm going to keep us in here. Chuck, you can talk at the end here. It's got your figure up there again if you wanted to add anything to it.
Yo, Joe! He'll fight for freedom wherever.
Just some of the guests are going to be there and have tables. I definitely want to get Open by Chance on our channel one time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
G.I. Joe is
Retroville.
It's G.I. Joe against Cobra, the enemy, fighting
Toy
to
Federation
save
too.
the
I'm going to talk to
day.
him when I'm down there.
He never gives up. He's always there, fighting for freedom over land and air. G.I. Joe, American hero. G.I.
They have a new figure they're going to be releasing for the show. And these guys too, they dress up all the time. This guy here, he's going to be real there.
That guy's
Signing autographs there. So once again, if you want to get a close up of that figure right there, I just added that in there, Chuck, for you.
Yep.
Anything else you want to say about it before we?
Hope I sell out.
Oh, dude, you're only making 12. You know they're going to sell out, man.
Yeah, they'll sell. Those will sell.
Yep. Exclusive for just for the show. Heck yeah,
Yep.
man.
Yeah.
So very cool. Very cool. Well, we got a guest in the room still. In the green room. I guess I should bring him in sometime. Hope he didn't fall asleep. He's up in New York. It's same time in New York as it is right here. This is Jim. I'm going to bring you up really big, buddy.
What's going on, people?
How you doing, my friend?
How are you?
Good,
Hey,
brother.
Jim.
We planned this 3 weeks ago, and then your date got bumped last week from the Atlanta guys. Sorry about that, but
No,
we
that's
finally
good.
got you on, man, and excited to have you on. For those of you that don't know Jim, can you tell us a little bit about your background or how you got started with the box making?
With the box making.
Well, that and just collecting in general, maybe?
Collecting in general. I've been collecting since '93. My first big convention was on the Intrepid, so you can imagine what that was like.
Yep.
Kid in a toy store, and you're green, so you really don't know what's going on. You don't know what to look for. You're just in awe of everything going on. That was the Intrepid, the first one. So I've been collecting for a while. I'm an adventure team guy more so than anything else. And the box thing that's going on that you referred to, I hooked up with, you see it on here, the Cat 1963. I stumbled upon him probably just putting in G.I. Joe Custom or G.I. Joe Box on eBay. I met up with him. He made some pretty cool window boxes with the vintage artwork on it. Because we all have guys in these white figure boxes here forever. And that's all they are. They're standing there with all their crap piled on their feet and stuff. So when I stumbled upon the Cat, if you will, he was making window boxes like this with the original artwork on it. Let me take some of the glare off, but it's kind of hard.
Yep, right there.
There
You're
you go.
good.
So
That's good.
with the original artwork on it. So I figured, let me take my guys out of the white boxes, all my vintage stuff, and then display them for myself, if nothing else, they keep them in these boxes. So he had thumbnails available on. I kept poking and searching on his site, and I wound up with dittos of all the little thumbnails, all the artwork that he had.
Yep.
So I just went through and made groupings of like 6 at a time, and just I started with the blue boxes, the adventures, the blue. I can't remember if it's Hurricane Spotter, but there's the blue boxes and the yellow boxes. So I started with the blue boxes. And I sent him a picture and I was like, these guys need boxes. So picked out the artwork for those. I bought the boxes, put those guys in the boxes, strung them up like that, like this. And then I got done with those. And then I lined up the guys from the yellow boxes, including Infiltration. And then I told them, I was like, these guys need boxes too. So that kind of started it. And then I just kept picking out the adventures to get all of the 50 adventures of G.I. Joe, if you will, or whatever they are. They wind up being more. And then you start doing that, and then you come up with
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
Well, really good. Yeah.
We lost your speaker, Jim. Nope. No sound.
Uh-oh.
He unplugged.
Unplugged.
Yep, probably unplugged.
I didn't do anything different.
We can hear you.
Yeah, now you're back, Jim. You're back.
All right. Maybe it's on my mute thing on my side. There we go. All right, let me hold it. So, doing stuff like this.
Uh-huh.
Now you can't fit the pontoon boat in the box with it.
Sure.
So you don't want to just leave that out on a shelf. For me, it's more about, you could take a figure, you can dress them up, you can pile a whole bunch of crap next to them, you can stand the gorilla next to them, you can compile whatever you want and call it whatever you want. To me, it doesn't really exist until that set has a box with artwork depicting that adventure. So that's the way I think. So where'd that one go? So with making stuff like this, you leave out stuff like the pontoon boat. So you got to go and find something. So you wind up going to Walmart, and you go package shopping. So you're looking for what's going to be. You're looking at the container, the packaging itself, not the crap inside. So you wind up with stuff like this, and then in order to, when you get this in the mail, and you tell the guy, send me an extra artwork panel, that allows you to do stuff like this, make a action vehicle pack, if you will.
Oh, nice.
So you can add that, and you make that into a 2-piece set.
Yeah, so it completes it then.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Nice.
And then also, if you remember the artwork on the box, there's 2 guys in the artwork, correct?
Right.
One
in
the
the
diver
boat.
is the main guy. That's the Avenger. And then the other guy in the back is the little man in the boat. So if you get creative, you can make another little box and make your little man in a boat.
Absolutely. You got to have him.
Little man in a boat.
Dive tender. Yeah.
He's got the hose. He's dressed like he should be in the box, on his box there in the adventure. So that now becomes the original box, shrink wrapped, if you will, with styrofoam peanuts in it in the back. Picture that. And then now you have these 2 with the action vehicle pack sitting in the front. So now it becomes not just the one original box. Now it becomes a 4-piece set, if you will. So that's me.
That's awesome.
In a nut or a nutshell. whatever you want to call me. So working with that same guy, the cat, you take other adventures like Eight
Yeah.
Legs of Danger. He comes inside the box dressed in his camouflage, and then well, you come up with an idea. Um, I think it was more so I came up. The set became available on eBay. That's why I have this extra box here. My originals downstairs in that part of the museum. Um, So I wind up with this set here, and it's just got. It doesn't have the guy, and it doesn't have the camouflage. It's got the fire suit in it. So, what better way to display that since it's all wrapped up inside the box? So now you got that original convention set, and then you get a box made up kind of like that. And then, being that I only got the retarded suit there, I put my other guy into that, and then now this is like an add-on. So, and then it also comes with the crate and the other flag and the netting and stuff. So you make another action vehicle pack or action creature pack because this has got the spider in it. So again, utilizing the air freshener idea. So the house smells great, by the way.
Got a bunch of those around the house.
Yeah, I need them.
Yeah.
So how did you meet Paul then?
I think I met him once or twice before at Joe Lanta set up with the whole mayhem that Stacy did with up and down stairs for 3.5 days.
Yeah.
Down the elevator. Never saw her drop the show. I met him around then. He lives not far from me, about an hour actually. And I went through my life change like a lot of us do and did the flea market thing to unload unwanted stuff. Some of it wound up being toys and old trains and stuff, or newer trains and newer, sorry, Paul, but newer classic collection, G.I. Joe. Certainly not going to get rid of the adventure.
That's Rick. That's not me,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, I thought you were more into the classic collection.
Well, yeah, not the classifieds, but yeah, the classic.
No, I ain't into the classified either. That's just it's too much. It's
Yeah.
going on and on and on. I was going to show it to you on my phone, but I saw that's what it is. I get an email, and it was a 60th anniversary for Test Truck, and they're doing a whole hoopla thing, and I'm like, it's one fucking truck, and they're got their shit together. You know, you got a GI Joe line that put Hasbro on the map.
Yeah,
They
right.
were just making fucking pencil boxes and nurse kits and shit. And GI Joe put them on the map, and GI Joe kept them there forever until they dropped him. I mean, they had their name and they got their brands of toys, and they're engraved in American culture, and they're going to hold their own regardless of what they make. But it's just to shit on GI Joe like that. It's like, really?
Yeah.
But besides that political crap.
Let me ask you a
They
question.
missed the opportunity.
Let me ask you a question. How do you stitch the accessories to the window box backing?
Yeah, that I had.
Can you tell us that?
Yeah, I got more stuff back there. I was
Okay.
just going through the stuff that I lined up here and the fun stuff that I'm able to do with reaching out to the cat and his capabilities. So you see that with creating the new 8 Legs of Danger box, and I did similar with the Marine with the Green Beret set, the last JoeCon set. Trying to find where I placed. I moved stuff around here so I can get to it. So at JoeCon, there was always the main set, and then when you got there, there was the extra 12-inch add-on figure that you can buy.
Right.
Well, the last year they shit the bed and they didn't make anything. And 2 years before that, I mentioned something about, we've never seen a black guy in any of the sets as the premier character. You know, it was always a white guy.
Right.
You know, it was always a white GI Joe. So I said that to him, and I don't know whether it stuck or not, or whether it didn't want to stick or not. Again, the political crap. So after I got to the convention and they didn't offer anything, I was disappointed in that fact. But then after meeting up with the cat here, we got going along, and then I was able to create 2 different things out of out of that box, if you will. Thank you, Larry Selman, for creating that artwork. I created an add-on figure with a black guy in it in a figure coffin box with the bazooka guy on the front.
Oh, that's neat.
It's a talker-sized box,
Oh,
so we
that
can
is
fit
cool,
a
yeah.
couple extra things in there.
Yeah. That way you can display them either way.
Right. Where
Yeah.
was that
Nice.
cover for? There
Yeah.
we go.
Very
So,
nice.
that's a black guy that they never made. So I also took the same idea and one
Did a
step
bit more.
further, and I put a black guy in a window box and split up the artwork, if you will, there.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So one's got the bazooka and the other one's got the machine gun on it.
Nice.
So
Very cool.
now the original JoeCon 1-box set becomes a 3-piece set. So that's, like I said about myself, is you could create a figure and stand them, whatever you want, wear my hands, and pile this stuff at their feet and give them whatever and call them this, pygmy, whatever. Apparently the pygmies are running rampant these days, and the pygmy jaguar or the pygmy whatever Watusi.
Because nobody's making a full scale 1/6 scale.
Well,
Right.
well, that's it. It's what's available, and I see it in Paul's sets, which is a whole nother avenue. Paul was already working with the cat to get his coffin boxes done.
Right.
Paul did not know about the window boxes.
Right.
I had just started working with the cat, getting window boxes, building my adventure team collection of boxes to fill with my original stuff, and making some of this custom stuff. I don't think I was quite up to the custom stuff yet. Actually, I was, but I had sent Paul a picture of one of the window boxes that I had put together. It was kind of late in the evening, and then kind of left it at that little. I don't even know if I had heard back from him. I might have, but by the next morning, he had texted me. Oh, I talked to him. Because he already knows this guy. He's already dealing with getting the coffin boxes, and then now I show him a window box. So he comes back with in the middle of the night, and I see it first thing in the morning. Oh, he's making me 10 boxes for Mouth of Doom. I was like, okay. So he immediately got his own ball rolling with doing his window boxes, jumping in on the window boxes. At that point, he placed his order for 10. And then when I read that, I come back to him with, this is another avenue for you to get rid of your warehouse full of shit, because I knew how much stuff he had. If there was a way we can make a window box that you can fit 3 or 4 cranes in it, I'm sure he would have jumped all over it, because I know he's got like 4 million cranes somewhere in wherever
we heard that.
warehouse store.
Yeah.
Yes,
Wherever.
yeah. So that's when it started then, and that was the talk for that started right before the pandemic. And
Right.
then the pandemic hit, and he got all Chicken Little and didn't want to do anything. Didn't go to the post office, didn't go to eBay, didn't sell on eBay because then he would have to go to the post office. And that's kind of why he shut down a little bit right there at the beginning of the pandemic. Yeah.
Well, he was actually been, not to take a side on it, but he was given a hard time at the post office when he would show up at the mail package.
I know. I've heard that. Like I said,
Yeah.
me and him work close together. We live an hour apart. We meet at Cracker Barrel whenever we need to do an exchange. I'm bringing him finished product and picking up new stuff, and so we sit and we have dinner, lunch, or whatever. I'm usually having pancakes. Yeah.
So just to clarify for our viewers, when he says Paul, he's not talking about me.
No,
He's
no,
talking
right.
about Senior, the guy that we
third
had on.
son. Yeah, Senior.
Yeah,
I
third son
understand.
books.
Yeah, I understand where you get that from, but it's a little confusing for me because I've never called him Senior. I've never heard him called Senior. It's always Paul Harrison, or third son. If he's a third son, I'm like, he's not the senior, then he's the younger one. So, but then
Well,
Senior comes in with his child
kid,
and stuff.
yeah.
But then it kind of brings the family into the toy. So, but I've never heard that, so it was kind of
Yeah.
confusing for me at first.
Don't worry, it'll filter down.
Even 4 years into it, and I knew him. Like I said, I've met him before at JoeCon and stuff, and we lived close enough. And during my life change, I did the flea market over here, getting rid of whatever flower pot bulls, scrap, and and it wound up having some toy stuff in there. Well, do I really want this or not, or whatever? And then and I met him at the flea market in person at that point. No, because that was the first time I met him in person. So I must have been I was buying crap off of eBay from him. That's where it was. And then I met him at the flea market. And then it was the Joe Lanta thing with Stacy running up and down stairs, because that was after that. Yep, because it was somebody else. Yep, doing timeline in my own head. Ooh, oh no, shit. Oh, sorry.
Rick, Chuck, do you guys got questions for this?
Yeah,
guy?
we got to ask you some questions now.
Go ahead, fire away.
Anybody?
Chuck,
Okay.
I have a question. I have a question.
How long does it take you to string up a figure just like you're holding right there?
Let me. I got to get up for a second, so I want to show you what I'm working on now, which is one of Paul's projects, one of Paul's pieces. So.
Talk amongst yourselves while we.
Yeah. I'm doing the old ace trick. Where I
was gonna say,
wandering around my basement.
Any y'all ordered the
You gotta explain to Ace when you're on a video.
See
You
that?
need to be on the video.
Can you see
We're-
that?
This is not an audio recording. This is a video.
Can you guys see that?
Hang on one sec. There you go.
Yeah. You see that pile of stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the bent
Okay, the
roll
skull and
box
everything,
and
yeah.
the gas can, the skull, the hat, and
Yeah.
all that. That's what's going into the set that I'm working on now.
Okay.
And let me go right back with you. Half a moment. I just got done redoing this whole room. It was an extra bedroom with a bed and a curio cabinet. And I took all of that out and put in. Can you hear me still?
Yeah, good.
Yep, cool. So this is the box that goes with that, all that stuff. And the insert card has got all the printing on it too, which is nice.
Right.
Some of them have, most of what I've done, even for myself and for Paul, have got just a straight color on the backing card. Not quite so much of them come through with that elaborate card, but this one happens to be up at bat, and it's a good one to show tonight. So it's up.
So how long does it take to put that together, stitch it, shrink wrap it, everything?
I've done 4 or 5 of them in a day. Get them ready for shrink wrap, and I don't know if I've shrunk wrap them that day or the next day. It takes a little bit. I was doing them kind of like all one, and then going to the next one, and then that was kind of by the time you get to the 4th or 5th one, and you're doing the same thing. It's like, damn, this sucks. No,
So it takes some time. Yeah. All right.
It takes
So-
a little bit. Stacy, you
Yeah.
know what I'm talking. It gets repetitious. You know,
I know.
it's like, holy crap, really? There's another bag still on the floor. Damn, I thought I
Yeah.
was going to have lunch.
Do you
That sort
hand
of thing.
stitch the equipment to the backing?
Yeah,
card?
I don't have one at that point, and that's exactly what I do. Is this backing in the box here is
Right.
on a 45 like that.
Right.
Well, if it's only the figure and a couple little things, then the back card will stay at a 45. The construction of the box will stay at a 45. If
Right.
there's more stuff like we got over here where we've got a half a Jeep full of shit to go in there, then we'll open the box up a little, we'll cut the open, and then we'll recrease it down here so it opens the box up completely, the whole
Okay.
inside of the box. So now I have that much more room to stack all my shit in there and the guy to sew it in there. And it's all old school, like done like fucking Hasbro did it. It's a piece of cotton string with a loop tied at the end. Everything's laid out with holes where it's going to get tied and how it's going to get held in. And it's all done by hand. Everything's done old school by hand.
Now, do you, when you stitch the actual equipment to the cart, is there a specific spot that it needs to go to, or you just
I lay that out. He
it?
sends me, usually it's a naked figure in a gallon Ziploc bag with all the shit in there.
Okay.
All the clothes, all the whatever that adventure is, or military set, whatever that set's going to contain is in that bag. The guy, the clothes, all the stuff is in the bag. So I take it out, I dress the guy, fasten the equipment how I see it. And like he said to me, you're the artist. You lay it out the way you want. And I appreciate the comment with being called the artist. And that's what I do. I'll put the figure in there, and then I'll come up with either if there's a lot of shit in there, then he'll stand there, you know, kind of straight up and down, if you will, not eating up too much space. So then we can put a lot of stuff in there, like this guy, you know. He's standing. He's not bone on straight up and down like this is, you know, all goofy, you know. So he's got composure to him. And then if there's not a lot of stuff in this set, which I call in my little world, in my head, I call limited, like the secret mission, which was just the black shirt, tan pants, and a pistol.
Right.
Coming through the chain link fence. I had that one up here. I got it somewhere around here. Back there. Give it half a second.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, there's another one you want to see too.
Yeah.
This is another Oh, that's the last one. So hang on. Can you see well enough?
Yeah, we can see from there if you just hold it up. Yeah.
How's that?
That'll help.
Yep. Yeah, you bring it to the front. Yeah.
Cool shit, huh? I saw that. That's the stuff I'm into. Adventure team and cool shit like that. Somebody made this and I saw it on eBay. The Larry Hammond, the little Larry Hammond.
Yeah.
That's cool shit. That's the stuff I pick up. So working with the box guy lets you do other shit like use up the extra crap you have in your basement instead of just keep carting. How many times you going to cart that box of shit around to another convention or another toy show and it doesn't sell? So you throw it back in the box. You bring it to another show, you sprawl it out, and you try to sell it again. So now you got all this shit laying in your basement, if you will. So let's use it up and create some new shit. So, and that's what I like to do. Again, you can have the guy and the figure and call it whatever you want, but it doesn't exist for me until it has its own box with artwork depicting the adventure. So working with the cat, it was a minor mess up, actually. I was supposed to start something, and he sent 2 pictures, which wound up creating a saga. So here we have created, using up stuff in the basement, Curse of the Pharaoh. This is our character just getting into the village on his boat.
Okay, yeah.
So he's got his uniform and stuff just to get started on his adventure, his map. He's going into the desert, so he needs water. I wanted to show this to you. I don't know if I'm getting off course here. This is limited edition, 1 of 6. You see it in a little loop down on the bottom here.
Yeah.
So this is using up stuff in the basement. I wound up with a 6 saga adventure, or wherever, 6 edition saga, however you want to say it. So he already came into the village in the first one. Now he leaves the village and he's headed out into the desert in his Jeep. So that utilizes that artwork there.
Yeah.
So he's got more equipment to go with him out there. That's episode 1 and 2. Episode 3 reintroduces our character. Now he's got a beard because he's been out in the desert for a little while. A little bit more equipment. He's got a tent down here. Where's my hands? That one. No, this one. Where's my shit? Right there. There's the tent with the poles. Still in the desert, so I think he's got more water in there. He's got the little Coleman lantern in there, utilizing cool shit. Daryl Dupreece, you're cool, but by far this is the Bible. So he's out in the desert. He's coming up on some trouble here. Working with the cat also, you'll notice if the artwork on this box is Hidden Treasure. The Hidden Treasure has the Buddha in it. So I asked my my cat buddy, can we change that to the sarcophagus? And he says, yep. So there it is. Goes in.
Oh,
He froze.
oh, he froze. No, he didn't.
No,
Yeah,
he's not
he's frozen.
on my picture.
It's not me froze. It's his froze, right?
Yeah, his is frozen.
We're still froze. Oh,
Actually-
damn, man.
Ah,
We're on episode 4.
we won't know how it ends.
Yeah. Oh, he went
Oh
offline.
no!
You better come back.
Oh,
I was going to ask him. There was a show pre-pandemic. They were doing a show down in Connecticut, and I'm pretty sure I met him.
Am I still, yeah.
There
I'm
you go.
still here.
There you are.
Yeah.
Now you're here.
good.
What happened?
I don't know. You froze
I
up
know.
and you were
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, you're gone.
We lost you.
How far along do we get
No, you were pulling up that last box, and then you froze.
with the wicker basket?
Yep, we talked about
Yeah.
that.
You saw that one?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so we're four adventures into it. So he's still going along. He altered that artwork from the Buddha into the sarcophagus. Somehow this artwork is the same, but it's different. It's at a different angle.
Huh.
I'm not quite sure what. Maybe it's the one from the recovery of the lost mummy. Now that I'm thinking of it,
Oh,
but he's looking. This is what he's looking for. He's looking for the treasure, the sarcophagus. He's looking for the canopic jars, and there's another snake in there to contend with, since he's into the pyramid there. So we're cruising along here, and now the climax of the adventure is he meets up with the mummy himself. So we got some
Wow.
really cool artwork on there. I don't know how. No, where am I?
Yeah, nice.
So we used up a convention mummy from the second one. They did the
So
first
everything
one.
that goes in there
Outstanding.
isn't all vintage, then, right? I mean,
Correct.
You're throwing
It's-
some.
Correct. Like,
Is
like-
it all Hasbro stuff, or could it be anything?
No, it could be anything at this point. Now it's
Okay.
now it's a creation. Now it's not just use up the shit in the basement. It's
Yeah.
trapped into creating this stuff. So you wind up buying the canopic jars. You wind up buying the Halloween skeleton here, and you
Yeah.
put the vintage beat up shirt on him with the mangled up sticker on it, still on his shirt.
when Paul
Wait.
chooses his sets, if there's any Hasbro reproduction stuff that he has that can be used for it, that's what he'll send. If not, then we find other things that will work in its
Because
place.
he's assuming nobody's going to open these from the boxes, right? They're keeping them in the boxes.
With
Well,
Paul's
either way.
sets.
Yeah, either way, it doesn't make a difference. They can be opened or not, but I mean,
You're paying for the packaging.
you're paying for the packaging and
Well,
So when you play it,
like he said when he was on, what you're buying is you're buying not this, but you're buying Hurricane Spotter in the box because you can't afford Hurricane
Yeah.
Spotter in the box.
right, a
in the
vintage
vintage
box.
That's
box.
why
Yeah,
you buy Paul's stuff. So
Right.
you have it with the artwork. You have the figure dressed, depicting just the way it was, or very similar to what it was in the 70s in a
Yeah.
package container,
Right.
all in one. Because if you're gonna collect the vintage stuff, you're gonna get the package uniform, and now you got to dress the figure because the figure was just a uniform in the original box. So
all right.
you're
So
gonna-
walk,
you-
Jim,
ahead.
walk me through this. So you place an order with the cat. It sounds like mafia, something mafia.
The cat.
The cat, right?
Yeah.
You got to knock on the door 5 times.
Exactly.
The cat.
Does the cat say, "Hey, I need to have at least 10 of these, or it's not worth my time," or he'll do one for you? I mean, does it?
No, I've continued to go back to him, and
But I mean, Senior will give you like 5. He'll say, "I need 5 of these," right?
well,
Or-
Senior buys his own stuff now.
Oh, okay.
When that started, like I started before, is right at the beginning of the pandemic is when I showed Senior one of these that I had done. And then he placed the order with the cap for 10 of the Mount of Doom boxes. And then that's when it started. I was like, well, this is another avenue for you to get rid of your shit. And then it went with, let's start the 3-piece wheel with the box guy, the toy guy, and then the assembly guy. So the cat is the box guy. The toy guy is Senior, third son, because he's got all the toys. He's got them all in this, but how many times you're going to buy another coffin box? Eventually, you're going to get exhausted as a customer. So you need a new avenue to sell your shit. So, and that's where this came in. When he saw it, he jumped all over it, and then that's where the seed grew. He was already working with Stacy to flock all his stuff. It just increased what Stacy was doing with, okay, now I need 4 fucking dogs. I need 6 Sasquatch fucking abominable snowmen and all the other stuff.
We did them in brown and white. I know. Yeah.
Right. So, and at one point I told him, I was like, you don't need to keep buying more shit. Let's just keep looking at what you have and creating adventures out of the stuff that you already have, instead of investing more money into merchandise to create new adventures, because now I need dogs, I need gorillas, I need more gorillas and make them white. Just look at what you already have and then just come up with an adventure and then call it something else. As long as you put artwork with it and put it in a box, that's the idea, is you capture that adventure with the artwork and you capture the whole thing in the box. Now somebody comes in and say, that was never a set. And it's like, it doesn't have to be ever a set. It is now. Look at it. Isn't that fucking cool? Sorry.
It's like picking up where Hasbro left off.
Exactly. And that's what it was spoken before. And even with the Joe Lana guys, and Ace has mentioned it before in the same conversations, and even visiting his museum in his basement. It's a sad thing that they've like I said before, Hess Truck has got 60th anniversary and they make 1 toy a year.
Yeah, I know.
G.I. Joe put you on the map. And then
Jim, I wish you were a little more passionate about this. I mean,
Yeah,
you're kind of boring to talk
Yeah.
to. Really.
So
you have no passion.
Well, Hasbro definitely dropped the ball. If they had put out stuff
course
like
they
that,
did.
my
you
gosh.
can't go
They
back.
could've
What are you going
made
to do?
all
It's
kinds of
61
stuff.
now. 61. Woohoo! Leave it alone. Sorry. what this just again, the cat 1963 on eBay. Reach out to him if you want to do stuff like this. It's cool.
Does the
shit.
cat sell his own stuff on eBay still, or is
He
just
does.
go through-
That's what's on there. He's got some
Okay.
of his own creations. He's got boxes. Most of what's on there, I don't see window boxes, but like
He has them on there. He has window and
where's he
coffin
at?
boxes. But the window boxes are
We're not allowed to
vintage
say that's
style.
classified.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tip for tap, but I just looked the other day, so I kind of would know what I'm talking about when I'm
Well, he did have them. Okay.
Even if they're not, just contact seller. Hey, I'm interested in the window boxes that I saw on the show or whatever I heard about. I've seen through Paul's stuff. However you find out, through the newspaper. Check one of these little boxes. What other things are going on?
So how many of those do you actually keep for yourself, and how many do you sell?
I
Do you
don't
keep one
I
of
don't-
everything, or what?
This stuff,
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
original. That's my original stuff that I started collecting since '93.
Okay.
So I
So
had
you got one of each of those, right?
I have all the package stuff. I have this adventure in the original package, and I had it loose in the white box, like you see here. That's the way I collected, in the box and loose. So the loose became the guys in the white boxes here. Now you got 50 adventures of white boxes and shit.
Yeah.
So, and then when I stumbled across the cat, I was like, well, let's dress them up a little bit. They've been in boxes. They've been in fucking $3 boxes for 20 years. I think I could spend the money and put them in something like this, since they
Yeah.
mean so much to me. So
And you don't have to dust them.
correct. And when you shrink wrap them like this, when it does come time to dust it, you get the nice microfiber, nice soft fucking rags, and it just whoop. It's like wiping the china off again in the cabinet and just putting it back. You know what I mean? It's nice.
Yeah.
It's easy. I can show it to you. I can hand it to you. Here, look at that. You can look at it. I don't have to worry about you. And I've done that with a lot of my vintage stuff. I've shrunk wrapped that too. So I could do the same. I could hand it to somebody and say, go ahead and look at it. And it's just the same with this, and the same that with Paul's stuff. You can handle it and you look at it and you don't have to worry about putting fingerprints on it. You can clean that right off again, and the same with the original stuff. And that more so, I shrunk wrap it. So if I do handle it or move it around, it's a lot of the vintage stuff will have a frayed edge or whatever. And all you're going to do is make it worse. So shrink wrap it a little bit, control them edges a little bit with the shrink wrap. And then your stuff is protected from further damage, from oils from your hand, from touching it, from moving it, letting your friend look at it, or whatever you want to do. You're rearranging it, you're dusting it off. Makes it easy to dust it off, just to throw it in a little bit of shrink wrap. The bigger vehicle boxes, the vintage ones, I clean them out. I put like a piece of cardboard, just tinier than the box, just so it fits in there on the bottom. It's got a couple flaps. Fill it with the white styrofoam peanuts. Nice piece on the top, close it up gently, and then shrink wrap it. So no new tape or nothing like that. Dude, I actually will get down there at some point and come back on the show. I'm sure I will. Go downstairs into my museum, and I have a Defiant box that I repaired and put back together, and I shrunk wrap that whole fucking thing, dude. It's like, dude, people, it's a refrigerator box, and I shrunk wrap it. So to hold it together, and I have a picture of myself holding it up, and I sent that to Ace, and he looked at the picture and he was like, "Dude, you look like you're 3 feet tall." So what I did is I put my slippers on the floor and I kneeled on my slippers, so my legs were like whatever, a foot long, and I'm holding the box up just to exaggerate the size of the box, make myself look smaller. So
That's funny.
it worked. So it was pretty cool. So what other fun shit I got to show you? They're just more of great stuff. There's Race for Recovery, now into a box. That one I do have on the card downstairs, Race for Recovery. So now he comes out of his little white box standing like a scarecrow, and now he goes into something like that. Oh, there was the other one, wasn't I? That's where I was. That's why I was getting up before. All coming back to me now. The limited sets. This set's, like I said, Secret Mission, where he's got the black shirt and the tan pants and just a pistol. He's not going to go into this big box very well. So you make up some pretty cool shit to go in there. So you find some hardware cloth at your local job, the job that you work at, and some tubing, steel tubing. I don't know if you can how well you can see
chain
that.
link fence.
Give him a piece of that chain link fence.
Yeah.
Yeah, neat.
So,
All right, Jim, let me ask you a question. Do you
Go.
have the cat made a window box that was for the Bullet Man? And it was do you remember how the original Bullet Man looked like he was breaking through the wall?
Yeah.
Well, he made a window box with that little partition in the center where he was breaking through it.
Well,
do you have that one? Because I went and he quit selling it or quit making it or whatever. He took it off his thing. I have a picture of it.
I know I have a couple of window boxes for Bullet Man. and I do believe I do believe I have the insert of him breaking through.
Yeah,
I
because
can't
that was
say
really
for
cool
sure.
looking.
I can't say for sure. But I've been getting for a while, and it's been a couple years since I got added more of these. Because, like I said, I started doing this, and I got started, and then I showed Paul, and that was pandemic. So me and Paul, this is like the end of pandemic hit, and then it didn't come about until like July or August when the three of us got this wheel started with packaging up Paul's stuff.
Mhm.
That's when it started around July or August of 2020, and then it's just been, dude. I've done like I don't know, 270 of these things, packaged them up for him.
Wow.
At
Yeah,
least
that's pretty
probably.
cool. Yeah. Well, I got a list. I'm kind of weird like that, I guess. I got a list of all that it was 3 Mouth of Doom, 2 fucking Devil of the Deep, and 1 Flying Space Adventure. He did fucking awesome, man. He did awesome on that fucking thing, man.
Yeah.
He really did. He shouted that out when he was on. I'm not going to repeat it. Go back and watch his episode if you want to know. Yeah.
Rick, you got any more questions? We're at the top of the hour already, man. We already
Yep.
burned an hour, but
Jim, did you do the Connecticut show that was pre-pandemic, just before the pandemic hit?
I've
Did
done
you-
I've done a couple Connecticut shows with John Cozen, the Northeast, I think it
Yeah.
was called. I've
Yeah.
done a couple of those out there. I thought I heard something in an earlier post or whatever, a previous episode, that he was possibly he was getting well enough to maybe kick that up again.
Oh.
He's in my phone. I haven't reached out to him. I've thought about doing something out here in my area, kind of keeping in mind, because and it's just like everybody else. Oh, what if me too. I want to be somebody. So I kind of reached out to John at one point when it was just just a half an idea, and he told me at that point if there's anything that any help that I wanted to do that he could do. If I wanted to start something, he would be right there to help me in any way. So, and I know I got Paul. He's right here. He's got a ton of shit. He's got ideas too. Um, he's got his means and stuff. I thought about it. It's still, it's still an idea for me. I would
Jimmy
not.
got a question from the chat room.
Go ahead.
Ernie from Ernie's Attic. Curious if
For
these are
sale
available for
somewhere.
sale somewhere. Are they?
Yeah. All of Paul's stuff, man. Just go on eBay and put in GI Joe custom window, and you'll see all the work that I've done for him. You'll see all these boxes, just, and that's where they're available. It's Third Son Book, so that's where these are. You can get the empty boxes from the cat. Yep.
The
That's
cat
on,
1963.
yeah, that's on eBay. Third Son's on eBay. The cat is empty boxes. You're doing it yourself. You're going to create all this yourself. You're going to, however you want to do it. And finished product is Third Son Book. So empty box is the cat. Finished product, Third Son Book. All of the other cool stuff that you've seen, like Curse of the Pharaoh, those are my own creations. My own collection, if you will. That stuff is not for sale. Come up with
Let me ask you another question, Jim. If somebody has their own stuff, say it's vintage,
right,
and they want to put it in a window box,
yeah,
would they contact you? Would
they could.
Kat?
They could.
And
they could do that.
Coordinate.
Since we're, I would have to ask Dr. Evil here, since he runs this little powwow. Just for something to get started. We're all people from your group per se. So if somebody from our group wants to, and that could be how, if Paul, if you're okay with it,
dude, definitely.
Individually, reach out to Dr. Evil. If you want to do something like Stacy mentioned, you got your own shit. You want to put it in boxes. I've spoke to a couple different people at shows with wanting to do, because I did a set of the Soldiers of the World for Paul, and he's got them in one of those in 6 shadow boxes hanging in his room. But it was just that there would be the new boxes, but the guys was all 60s stuff. I guess he changed his mind. I gave him his number, my number, and everything else. So it's a decision that they ultimately want to do. Do I feel comfortable with mailing all my shit out to some guy that I don't know? He's going to put it in a box, and I can't look at it or touch it again. How do I know it's my backpack on that guy? Mine was pristine. If there's a fucking wad of gum on there, I can't tell, because the way he put it in the box. So I can understand why people will be skeptical about mailing all their vintage shit that they've had for 30 something years now. They've been collecting, and that's where I'm at. 93 I started. I've been doing it for 31 years. So I've known a lot of people along the way. I'm looking at a picture that's got myself, my ex-wife, and our firstborn with James DeSimone and Don Lean in a picture in the armory from, I believe it was Maryland, at that point when DeSimone was promoting shows. That's how long I've been doing it. Before Hasbro took it from him and gave it to Brian. So that's the way the story goes.
Well, guys, we're over an hour, man. I don't know.
Yep.
You got any more questions?
Cool, man.
Rick, Chuck?
So that's me. That's my idea. It doesn't exist. Not a real set unless it's in its own box with artwork.
Its own box,
so that's
well,
what we create.
I'm going to bring you up one more time before we let you go. If you just want to say like where people can find you, or
again,
any shows you're attending soon. I don't know if you're going to Jolanta in 2 weeks.
I'm in the wheel with Stacy and Paul to get out to Kentucky. I believe it's next summer. Cool. So tentatively, that's where I'm going. That'll be my first outing, I believe. I'm doing a couple local toy shows here in Orange County, New York, at the Newburgh place. I don't know how local some of these people get. Maybe some of you boys in New York up here. Yep, that's where I'm going to be locally. I think it's the end of October. I'll be over there. But other than that, it's Kentuckiana with Stacy and Third Son next summer.
All right.
Do you have an email address that we can contact you if we?
Again, if you want to do something with the boxes and stuff, kind of the scenario that you just spoke about, if somebody else wants to get boxes, they want to do something like this, they want me to do it for them, reach out to Dr. Evil. He'll get the wheel rolling. We'll just do a one link up thing. Because he's got my number. So if Dr. Evil, if you feel the person's legit to pass the number on out of our group here that show up in the feed or something like that, we'll go that way. No harm done, really. It's only a phone number. So we'll go that way to get started then. Reach out to Dr. Evil if you're interested in something like that. You want to do the boxes with your own shit, we can go from there. I can get the boxes from the cat, get them sent right to me. You want to get the boxes from the cat and put your shit with it, you're adding weight to the delicate box. I would go the other route. I would get the boxes from, you want to do like the Soldiers of the World, it's 6-piece, or like I did, the blue boxes. You want to get started with doing your adventure team collection and something like that. We can do that. I'll get the boxes from the cat and we'll work out prices and stuff like that at that point.
All right, man.
Excellent.
Hey, I want to thank you, Jim, for coming on tonight. Chuck, don't be a stranger,
me,
buddy. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Rick, if I have any of the dioramas left after that, I'm pay for shipping, man.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see that list over there. That's stuff that I'm looking for. I'm looking for the box set for the Defenders, the one with the tent in it. I have everything else for the Defenders. I got the 2 other box sets, the one with the raft and the one with the embankment with the black machine gun. I need the box set with the tent, the command post. I need the little black raft, the little black clamp that goes on a raft for Challenge Savage River. Yeah, I need that. Where else am I? I had it. Damn it.
If we got him and Paul on the show at the same time.
I know.
You're just shaking your head. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a New York thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
that's nice.
Top Gun. All of those things on the back, man.
Oh, wow.
All of those little things on the back. I need 5 more of them. It's in the list over here. Yeah.
You need to
Just
bring
the-
that list up to the camera real quick, man, before
Yeah,
we let you go.
we can't see it, Jim.
Nobody can see that at all. I'll leave
All
that
right.
up there. I'll start putting people in the green room after this.
Hold it steady. There you
Chuck.
go.
Yeah. That's hard to do.
Yeah, got to go higher. There you go.
All right.
People can
Night-
people can pause the video and see
You can
that
pause
yeah,
the
if you
video
want
once
to.
you just
So,
hold it up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
95 Pilot Staff Edition. That's the photo box. It's actually a photograph, like we know photo boxes.
Yep.
The Peacekeeper, the CUDA, which is the vehicle, and then it's a masterpiece, astronaut, African American. It comes with the dog tag and some other maybe. I know it's got the dog tag inside of it, and it's got maybe another labeling when you open it up that it's a convention piece, and then the statue that they made. They're all on those things.
cool, man.
Yep. Cool
All
stuff.
right, brother.
Cool.
You have a good night.
You too.
We'll-
Thanks for
we'll,
having me.
Yeah, we'll get you back on here soon. Absolutely, man.
Yep. I got